Welcome to Team Deakin Blue S.K.Y.Ns presentation. I'm Netmi and my group members are Shahan, Kevin, and Yavinder. We were tasked with presenting ways to utilize data and machine learning to help businesses survive in a COVID-19 world. According to PwC, Australia is forecasted to suffer a 34.2 billion loss to GDP from 2020 to 2021. And small businesses are the worst hit. A survey found that 43% of businesses claim to face temporary closure because of the pandemic. Now let's look at how we can help tackle the challenge proposed. According to the research conducted, the two main problems faced by small businesses during COVID-19 are liquidity in terms of cash flow and overcrowding of stock. Our proposed solution include menu optimization, which is a feature that enables restaurants to improve menu selection, and inventory optimization to improve stock turnover by minimizing idle stock. Now let's look at the comparison between these two solutions. Due to COVID implications, it is essential to understand the optimal menu assortment for small and medium-sized businesses to avoid slowing down of services and taxing of resources. This can usually be conducted using turf analysis. It was noted that reach alone is not a viable metric. It is essential to understand the impact of volume of items ordered by customers and the impact of removal of a certain item to customer loyalty. Having a menu optimization feature has the following risks: reliance on sales rather than stock. Since it is an attempt to optimize the menu, there is no guarantee that the updated menu would be a total success due to the uncertainty factor. Benefits include having a better understanding of customer behavior in a region by restaurant category. This helps restaurants to save on costs by streamlining their necessary resources. With regard to inventory optimization, having stock on hand to cater to the routine customer base can be extremely expensive during the current situation. However, benefits include allowing the organization to keep track on how much inventory is needed on hand, providing a guideline for managers to understand the accurate amount to be ordered, and automating the process. With this application, we mainly focused on delivering a cost-effective inventory management system, mainly targeted at small businesses so that they would have a better chance at surviving COVID-19. An effective inventory management system means that it will allow the shop owner to order items that they only need for the following week, allowing them to maintain the cash flow effectively and streamlining the operational spending, allowing them to focus on fixed expenses. Now, I will hand it over to Shehan to talk further about the features of the application.
Now I'll be talking about the IT architecture plan for our proposed IT solution. There are many different cloud-based machine learning solutions out there, the big three being Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud Platform, and Microsoft Azure. According to research conducted, out of these options, AWS was the most secure, most efficient, and most of all, cheapest option available. Knowing this, let's look at the backend and the front-end development of the architecture. In terms of the backend of the architecture, the backend utilizes Python and JavaScript, while the frontend will require HTML and CSS to create user interface, website, and to beautify dashboard models. The following would be the components and structures required to create a dynamic IT solution. The AWS Lake Formation is mainly used to govern and control the access of the data lake. It provides services to assist the setup of a secure data lake. The data lake is a centralized, curated, and secured repository which can store any type of data for analytical purposes. The AWS Glue workflow is a fully managed extract, transform, and load serverless service which allows clients to prepare and load their data for analytics. This service is serverless and does not consist of any infrastructure to manage or provision. AWS Lambda lets the user run codes without managing servers. As a result, clients only pay for the compute time they consume. Moreover, Lambda allows its clients to run code for any type of application or backend services without the monitoring of administration. Amazon Redshift is one of the fastest cloud data warehouses, which offers up to 3 times faster performance when it is integrated with the client's data lake. Moreover, this database is more cost-effective as it charges by the data size of the client. In addition to its fast performance, Amazon Redshift also provides querying capabilities over structured data using SQL-based clients and business intelligence tools. Amazon Forecast is an accurate time series forecasting service which uses machine learning to deliver accurate forecasts. This service requires no machine learning experience to get started, and it provides 50% more accurate predictions. Amazon QuickSight is a cloud-powered business intelligence service that provides easy-to-deliver insights to the organization. It allows the clients to create interactive dashboards, including the machine learning insights. In terms of hosting by existing servers, we will make use of MYOB's existing server architecture to host and deploy our application, as it would be the most cost-effective and efficient option rather than investing in an EC2 web server architecture. Lastly, the AWS code commit allows you to manage all GitHub files through a consolidated repository. Source code or binaries can be stored like this to document workflow, and it integrates seamlessly with existing Git tools. This feature will help data scientists document version controls when developing additional features over time. Let's take a further look at the components and how they fit into the overall architecture in this application. The solution we plan to launch will utilize an end-to-end system architecture for a business to identify the optimal quantity of inventory to order from their suppliers during the occurring sales cycle. This follows the following process. Initially, the lake formation blueprint within the AWS Lake Formation service is used to acquire the inventory data and gather the data into the data lake using the client's existing data on inventory. Next, the AWS Lambda function, together with Amazon Redshift, will trigger an AWS Glue workflow. The AWS Glue workflow will then trigger the execution of the data transformation in AWS Glue job. Next, the AWS Glue workflow will then complete the 3 steps in Amazon Forecast. These 3 steps include loading of data, training model, and generation of the forecast. The final output from Amazon Forecast is then exported as CSV into the data lake. Next, AWS Glue will trigger a Glue crawler on the exported results. The crawler creates the metadata that allows AWS Glue to view the Amazon Redshift information as a database with tables, enabling the client to create the data catalog. And finally, Amazon QuickSight will generate visualizations of the exported forecast results. Now, Javinder will take over to discuss about the user interface of the system.
Thank you, Shihan. As Shihan was saying, I will be talking to you guys about the user interface. As seen on this slide, our inventory management app will allow users to trial our features initially before committing to subscribe to this app. By clicking the Request a Demo button, they can trial the features of this app on their browser. All they must do is register with a valid email. When users follow our social media links, they will land on a page similar to this one. And here there are pages about how our application works, info about MYOB, as well as a page allowing visitors to log in and register. The web app itself is very user-friendly and intuitive to use, providing a dashboard that provides managers with key insights related to demand forecast, expenditure, stock on hand, and stock lost. Managers will also have the ability to upload data as a CSV to our app via the plus button, so they can make quick decisions. They can also keep track of orders sent to suppliers and view the automated emails sent by our system via the mail icon in this mockup. Our solution also involves the creation of a mobile app that summarizes the full suite of models and insights generated on the web application in a simple graphic, like this one. You can also filter this data to focus on particular stock items like coffee, and by day, year, or month. These applications will sync together using cloud-based software, allowing managers to make key inventory-based decisions on the move. Now I will hand it over to Kevin, who will discuss our business plan, starting with the financial plan before moving to the marketing strategy.
According to the IT case, within Australia and New Zealand, there are 2.5 million small businesses in operation. Of the 2 million SMEs operating in Australia, 39% utilize some form of stock control IT solution. Based on this calculation, we contend that charging a minimum of $10 a month subscription fee because the market sector is worth an estimated $170 million per year. This pricing was determined through a competitor analysis, which found that many inventory management solutions were offered as part of larger accounting packages like Oracle NetSuite or Indigo 8. These are often highly expensive packages targeting medium to large enterprises with dedicated ERP teams to handle most functions. As such, a simpler and cost-effective solution would better suit small businesses. Also, there seems to be a lot of open source solutions offering inventory management solutions. However, these have limited features and are not as user-friendly as what we plan to offer. The cost for this application will be based on how much users will subscribe to a plan, and the breakdown we have provided are typical resource expenses required to create a solution like ours. With respect to staff, an inventory management application would require a full-stack developer, data scientist, and an inventory support specialist. According to these roles, a full-stack developer for front and back-end coding will cost on average $61 to $80 per hour, following a pay scale report. Similarly, data scientists are paid $78,000 per annum, and an inventory support specialist $65,000 a year, according to national averages calculated by pay scale. Many components within the AWS framework that are helpful in the design of a dynamic application. Accordingly, on-demand cost is $1.36 per month. As the table shows, this is the total cost for general-purpose virtual servers, compute optimized, memory optimized, and GPU instances. Similar resources are offered under an upfront yearly plan. However, cost a total of 94 cents per hour. As such, may be the better plan to choose despite the commitment required. The following tables show the cost per 1,000 impressions for Facebook and LinkedIn. As seen, LinkedIn is the cheapest platform for the number of impressions. As such, assuming there are 958,000 businesses at the total market size, a million impressions on Facebook, and 240,000 on LinkedIn would be a good base to market towards. Knowing this and using the above tables, advertising expenditure for 1.2 million impressions will cost $8,772. Let's take a further look at the marketing strategy via social media and mass media. Marketing strategy will aim to reach a new market and increase awareness of the cost-effective and user-friendly nature of our inventory optimization app. We will target loyal customers of MYOB and accountants by offering a commission to encourage personal selling. Initially, we will use social media to attract customers before moving to mass media advertising channels as revenue improves. As for Small Business Ombudsman report, we found 86% of small businesses use Facebook as a platform. As such, Facebook can be used to market the product for specific audiences through the Facebook custom audience tools so that it reaches target audience. Also, LinkedIn would be a good platform to create credibility, create meaningful networks with experts from the industry, and focus on targeted marketing. We could use Google Ads to drive qualified traffic and market the product to the right audience. We would utilize primetime news ad slots with radio ads will be done during commute to and from work. However, these forms of advertising will be looked at in the long run due to their cost. I'll pass it on to Yavinder to give an overview of the presentation.